Highly requested video, classic pizza dough recipe for homemade use and outdoor wood-fired oven. We're gonna start with 1.5 cups of warm water and 2 teaspoons of dry active yeast. Then, I'll combine 2 teaspoons of salt with 5 cups of flour, enough to make for medium-sized pizzas. I'll mix the salted flour into the water using a wooden spoon. After thorough mixing, I'll knead the dough by hand for 2 minutes. Adding 2 tablespoons of olive oil, we'll continue kneading for 10 to 12 minutes. This dough hydration is around 65%. This means the volume of water in the dough is 65% of the flour content, which is precisely what's required for homemade pizza taste and texture. Once we form a ball, let's place the dough on a dish with some flour on the bottom and top, cover it, and let it rest at room temperature for 1 hour. After an hour of rising, the dough should have doubled in size and look like this. With some flour on our hands, carefully take out the dough and divide it. Let's cut it into 4 equal chunks with a knife. I'll shape each chunk into a ball by rolling the dough between my hands. With practice, this process becomes easy, and remember, the ball should be perfectly round and slightly sticky, and this is what we're looking for. I'll sprinkle some flour evenly on the baking tray and place all 4 dough balls on it. Finishing with a sprinkle of flour on top. To cover the baking tray, we'll use plastic wrap paper. Make sure to seal it completely to prevent the dough from drying out. Let's allow these to rise for an additional 1 hour. After an hour of rising, let's remove the plastic wrap, sprinkle some flour on the first dough ball, and take it out. Set the tray aside while we focus on this one. First, we'll plop it down and give it a good coating of flour on both sides. Onto the cutting board. We're gonna press our fingers into the dough, flip it, and do the same on the other side. Keep pressing to create that border for our crust. Now, let's start stretching that dough until it's nice and thin. For this pizza, it's around 11 inches wide. Once it's stretched, sprinkle some more flour onto your pizza peel and transfer the dough over. Don't forget to shape it up one more time to get that round shape. For the first one, let's start by spreading a generous layer of homemade pizza sauce, followed by cherry tomatoes, black olives, pepperoni, and mozzarella cheese. Drizzle some olive oil on top, and it's ready to go into the oven that's been preheated to 900 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll let it bake for 1 minute. I'm using my wood-fired oven, but if you don't have one, a gas or electric oven will work just fine. Adjust the time accordingly based on your oven's temperature. After 30 seconds, let's rotate the pizza and bake for an additional 30 seconds. The pizza is ready once the dough turns golden brown. Now, let's take it out. I think this is going to be my absolute favorite pizza topping. It looks pretty good, and I'm quite happy with the result. With this dough recipe, you can top your pizza with whatever you like.